morning students. Once again welcome back to Expertise Biology with Yasmin, and here is your Yasmin ma'am. So hope you all are good at your places. Take good care of your health. Now let us proceed once again with one of the chapter of 6th standard of biology, that is living organisms and their surroundings. So in this chapter till now we have studied about the biotic and abiotic components. We have studied about the producers, consumers, decomposers, scavengers, interaction between the biotic and abiotic components. We have studied about the different habitats, terrestrial, aquatic, arboreal, and now let us proceed further with adaptation. Adaptation, as the word says, it is to adjust to the environment where we are staying, and adaptation is very important for your survival. If you adapt to a particular place, you can survive. Okay, now let us proceed. Now let us first see about the definition of adaptation. Now, adaptations in organisms, the ability of living things to adjust themselves to their surroundings is called adaptation. Adaptation in simple words means to adjust. To adjust to the surrounding is known as adaptation. Now, so for adaptation to take place in the body of the organism, some changes, structural and physiological changes comes so that they can adjust to that particular places. So again, about the adaptation, we are going to study what are the adaptations of plants and animals in terrestrial habitat, what are the adaptations of plants and animals in the aquatic habitat, what are the adaptations of plants and animals in the aerial habitat. So these things we are going to do in detail. Now let us start now. In response to a particular environment, an organism brings about certain changes in the structure. Certain changes are brought about in the structure and functions of its body and makes it well suited to the environment. Some changes are brought about in the structure and function of the organism so that it becomes eligible to stay in that particular environment. It is able to adjust to the particular environment. So, thus adaptations are the special characteristics developed in organisms that enable them to survive successfully in a particular environment. So, some changes are brought about in their body, in their structure, in their functioning of the organs, so that they become eligible to stay or to adjust to a particular environment. There are two types of adaptations, structural and biological. Structural adaptations are the changes in the body structure. As the word says, structural adaptation means there are some changes brought about in the structure of the body of the organism, the structure of the body of the organism, that is known as structural adaptations or structural changes. Structural adaptations are the changes in the body structure. For example, forelimbs in birds modify into wings. Forelimbs of birds are modified into wings so that they can fly. Fins in fish develop for moving through water. Fins are developed so that the fish can swim in water. It's only because of fins that they can swim. The fishes can swim in water, and we, the other organisms of other habitat, can't swim. It's only the fins. Now this was all about the structural adaptation. Now next is physiological adaptations. What are physiological adaptations? Physiological adaptations are the changes in the function of some organs. Some organs, they start working in different ways so that they can adjust to the given environment. And these are the different forms by which some changes are brought about in the organism so that they can adjust or they can adapt to the particular environment. So we are going to study about the adaptations of the organisms in different habitat. So let us proceed now with terrestrial habitat. Adaptations in the organisms in the terrestrial habitat, and as we know, terrestrial habitat consists of mountainous areas, the polar areas, it comes desert areas. So let us start first with the adaptations of the organisms in the desert area, and first we will study about the plant life adaptation, how the plants have to adapt to adjust to the desert areas. Now let's start adaptations for desert habitat. Plant life. In desert, the temperature is high and there is shortage of water. We know this very well that in desert area the temperature is very high. So and there is scarcity, that there is shortage of water also in the desert areas. Some of the adaptations found in desert plants are as follows. So you have to, so if I have to adjust to that high temperature where there is shortage of water, the plant or the animal has to bring about some changes in their structure, which are known as structural adaptation that we have done before. Yes, so there has to be brought some structural changes, structural adaptations. If you must have gone to desert area like Rajasthan, or if your relatives stay there, or if you must have seen in the videos or movies that those areas are covered with sand and we don't get greenery there, because for greenery, for vegetation, what we need lots of water, we need lots of rainfall, waterfall. But as there is less of water, so we can't see the greenery. Okay, and also there many of the population or many of the diversity, biodiversity we can't see in the desert area. See, if it is told to us to go to the extremes, it's difficult for us as we are not adapted to those areas. It would be difficult for us to stay in, see, in summer when the temperature is very high, it becomes, we become so lethargic, we become so uncomfortable, because we are not adapted to such extreme conditions. And now see, when the temperature is low, when it's winter season, when it's cold, again we become so lethargic because we are not able to do work. Yes, because we are not adapted to these types of environment, okay, or this type of habitat. So let us proceed now with the adaptations of the plants in the desert areas. So there would be adaptation in plants, but there would be adaptation in their roots, adaptation in their stems, and adaptation in their leaves. So some plants have long roots that penetrate deep inside the soil in search of water. So what is the main role of root? What the root does? Children, everyone knows the function of the root? Yes, main function of the root is to absorb water and minerals from the soil. Okay, but in the place where there is a shortage of water, obviously underground water level would also be very low. So the root has to be very deep. It has to go very deep, penetrate inside the soil in search of water. So the plants that are deep rooted to search of water. So most plants have long roots that penetrate deep inside the soil in search of water. Next point is, many plants such as cacti. Everyone knows the best example of desert plant is cactus. And so many plants such as cacti, they have fleshy stems. Their stems are fleshy. To store water, the stems are fleshy so that they can store water in them. As there is shortage of water, so there should be some changes in the structure so that the stem can store some water. So that the plants here, they have fleshy stems which are known as succulent plants. So the word used for the stem in the desert is succulent. They are succulent plant as they are fleshy, as they store water in it. The stem is also covered with a thick waxy layer that helps to retain water. Everyone knows that on wax the water can't stay, it comes down. So the stem has become waxy here, so that again this supports the storage of water, to retain water, to store water. So every structure of the plant is adjusted in such a way so that it helps in retaining the water in the plant body. So the stem is also covered with a thick waxy layer that helps to retain water. High temperature causes great water loss from leaves. High temperature causes great water loss from leaves. To prevent this, leaves in cacti are reduced to spines. See, as we see the mango plant, the lychee, they have what they have. They have leaves, and everyone knows that leaves, they give out water in the form of water vapor by the process of transpiration. Means in the process of transpiration there is loss of water. But if the plants in the desert, if they lose water, they can't survive. As I told you, their structure is such adjusted, such adapted, so that they retain water in their body. So the leaves of the desert plants are reduced into spines. Reduced into spines. So why? For what? So that it helps in retention of water. This prevents loss of water by transpiration. So the spines, as the leaves are modified into spines, so that it again helps in reduction of loss of water from leaf by the process of transpiration. So from this part, children, ample of give reasons would be asked. Okay, means what? First question that would be asked is, what are the different types of adaptations and what are the adaptations in plant life in desert area? Okay, and the give reasons that would be asked are, what are the why the roots are deep rooted in the desert area of the trees, or why the plants of desert area are also known as succulent plants. Okay, next question that will be asked are, why the stem is covered with thick waxy layer in the desert area, and why the leaves of the desert area plants are reduced into spines. So these are the different kinds of questions that could be asked from this part. Okay, any doubt in this, children? Yes, so best example of desert plant is the cactus. I want that you should get some more examples of the desert plants. Okay, if you want, children, you can take the screenshot.